Good practice today, really on a Thursday practice schedule for us as we have a little more time to prepare. So we'll be able to get 2 Thursdays in and kind of go through our entire script on both sides of the ball. But overall, I like to compete from our guys and where we're at.
Right on the right, Zach.
Going into your fourth game one here at Oregon, just curious if you ever have time to sit back and reflect on how much you've grown as a coach and kind of how different the program is versus 2022 against Georgia.
Yeah, probably not a ton as far as reflection, but definitely think we're in a lot different place than we were when we first got here. Just everybody understanding what's the task at hand, what it should look like. The standard is raised here, and certainly appreciate all the hard work from our players and staff to get us there.
Back right.
How have you liked the guys just responding this week, obviously, for game week preparation? Have you seen them really kind of flourish and really get into the mode that obviously week one of the regular season is finally here?
Yeah, I've been really happy with our guys' prep and the work you do. There's a lot of unknowns when you play in game one, right? You're going to see some stuff you haven't prepped for, right? You're going to see some stuff you haven't. And again, that's where rules have to take over, but I'm really happy with where they're at.
Raider James.
For all the things that DeCorian brings physically to the field as a true freshman, Dan, what makes him mentally prepared and ready to step in and play immediately?
I've said it before. I think he's a perfectionist. He wants to do things the right way, and he's hard on himself, right? But part of that means that you spend a lot of time in preparation, and preparation is going to create confidence.
On the right, Zach.
Will talked about how last year against Idaho, he thought there was almost too many plays offensively, and that could have contributed to some struggles. I'm curious if you agree and if you guys went about changing that this year.
Yeah, I think as an entire staff, we've challenged ourselves. Just because we ran it in fall camp doesn't mean it's a play that we have to carry into game one. And we carried a little bit more of our menu in last year, and this is a lot more condensed, going into this season of what we want to be able to execute at a high level based on our opponent.
Raider James.
You talk about in the first game, you want to see how guys respond to adversity. At quarterback specifically, what kind of adversity do you want to see Dante respond to? And what have you tried to simulate and recreate in practice before getting to Saturday for that?
Yeah, all of it, right? Sudden change moments. We don't know what that adversity will look like, so you prepare for all of it, right? You prepare for every one of those situations. We're not saying we want to go create adversity, right? But we know that adversity will happen.
Right here, Matt.
It was NFL cut day yesterday, and a lot of your guys have made rosters. Nico, in particular, went from undrafted to making a 53-man roster. Can you just speak to maybe Nico's rise and also just I think you had the sixth most guys on the NFL roster this season for colleges.
Yeah, well, I think we were able to highlight some of that yesterday. Just as far as our players, I don't know the exact number of how many we've had drafted since we've been here, but I think there's only 2 of them that are on active rosters now when it comes to drafted guys. And like guys like Nico, you're thrilled to see them take advantage of an opportunity, right? Not necessarily care about how they got there, but recognizing they get the opportunity to get there. And I'm not one bit surprised with him. He's always been a great player. He operates like a vet. He's had a really good, fall camp, it looks like, from the outside looking in. So I think they recognize what they have in him. And there's several of our players that have gotten opportunities and some that didn't get an opportunity yesterday that are still going to have opportunities moving forward. So those guys, that's a great example of the ones that didn't get it, adversity setting in and, okay, what's my plan? How am I going to attack it? And the guys that made it realizing, hey, this is for today and rinse due again tomorrow. So we're very excited about our guys that have done a great job in the NFL and the opportunities ahead of them.
Back right, Brett.
Coach, obviously, main goal any game is to win it. But are there any other goals you're looking to want to see from the team achieve in this week one game? And what maybe are some of those goals that you want to see?
I just think always early in the season, you see teams that don't play clean. I think we even saw it in week 0 games, whether it's penalties, whether it's poor tackling, right? Your missed tackle rate is the highest it ever is at the beginning of the season, right? And I think last season, even though the game didn't necessarily go at the way we wanted, I think we walked away game 1 with 1 missed tackle, right? There were several teams that had several missed tackles, right? Early in the season, you see it all over tape early. So we have to tackle well and we have to play clean, right? Efficiently from an operations standpoint, what personnel's on the field, right? No pre-snap or post-snap penalties.
James.
What, if anything, have you seen different from Dante this past couple of days, in particular, heading into this game week compared to a year ago? I mean, you can't compare to what he was as a true freshman, but has there been anything outwardly different, either on the field, off the field, preparation, meeting room, anything like that?
No, I think he's grown since the minute he's been here, right? And he continues to operate like a pro. I wouldn't say there's anything this week that all of a sudden he turned on that hasn't been in operation ever since this offseason, and even coming into last season. I think he's operated like that since he's been here.